This week in the garden we'll be planting some bare root roses and taking all the necessary steps to ensure they get the best start. I'll take you through everything you need to know, so chuck in your wellies, grab a spade and let's get started. Good afternoon. Chilly one today. I've been doing what I can in the garden, but it's very frosty this morning and everything was frozen solid. So I've been pottering about. As you probably saw, I've got some bare root roses in soaking. They've been in for a couple of hours now, so they're probably about ready to plant. So let's go and do that now. Here we go then. I've got 4 here. And I love planting bare root roses for many reasons. They tend to be a lot cheaper than potted roses because they don't need a pot or any planting medium. So they actually tend to be, well, they're a lot more environmentally friendly for that reason as well. They come pruned, so they're much smaller, so much easier to handle when you're planting them up. There's a much larger variety to choose from usually. And being able to plant them up through the colder months lets them establish a good root system before the spring so that they can put out lots of lovely growth when the time comes. Alright, let's get started. So this is the bed that they're going to go in. I've already spent a bit of time preparing it. I've weeded it out and dug it over a little. There's a little rose in the back there that's been pruned right down this year. We'll see how that does. So yeah, ready to go. Well, I'm just going to start positioning them now. Decide where I want to place them. And a few things you need to think about if you're buying bare root roses. It's quite important to plant them as soon as they arrive if possible. You won't really know how long they've been in transit, so yeah, it's quite important to get them in as soon as possible because they don't like it if their roots dry out. Yeah, so for that reason as well, before you plant them up, you want to make sure to stick them in a bucket of water and let the roots rehydrate for at least 2 hours. I've left these in for a bit longer, but even longer than that is fine too. Right, now I've got them placed, it's time to dig some holes. So I'm going to dig all the holes now, and need to be about 40 by 40 centimetres, but you'll be able to tell by the roots how big you need to make them. So yeah, let's go with that. Right, well, my holes are dug, and I just want to show you a quick tip to help you know if you've dug a big enough hole. You just want to place your spade over the top of the hole, and or use a stick or anything you've got to hand, and then place your plant in the hole. And as you can see, that way you'll know if you've dug down deep enough for the roots. There you go. Right, well now it's time to add something into your holes. You can use anything you like really, any garden compost or well-rotted manure. I like to get some peat-free rose tree and shrub compost and I'm going to stick a load of that in the bottom of these holes just to give the roots a bit of a hand through the winter. All right. Well, last thing I'm going to do to help these roses out is add some of this mycorrhizal fungi to the roots before I put them in the ground, and this is going to create a symbiotic relationship with the rose, and that's going to allow the plant to find nutrients and water a lot more effectively than perhaps it might be able to on its own. So yeah, I think this is really worth adding to your rose roots. I think this bag is about $2.99, and this will be more than enough to do all four, so yeah, worth doing. Okay, so I'm just going to hold the rose over it's about to be planted and sprinkle a bit of this mycorrhizal over the roots, just making contact with as much of it as possible, and any that fall will fall into the hole, and yeah, that should be enough. So all that's left to do is to put the rose in. Make sure, if you're using grafted roses, that you bury the graft point. You'll be able to see where that is. Otherwise, place the rose in the hole and backfill. Easy as that. I'm just going to firm that in gently, and then you have it. One planted bare root rose. Okay then, there are my 4 roses in. I'm just going to give them a good drink now, and they should be set for the winter. Thanks for joining me in the garden this week. Hope you enjoyed the video and found it useful. See you next time, and happy gardening.